Tubby.
You are our tub of towels.
Ain't no tub.
Whoa.
Your fingers out of the hole. That's long leaf tobacco.
It's long leaf.
This is how I build things. With the skin of my teeth. She is like she got her Sunday go to meeting clothes on in here painting. What's going on, everybody? It's Thursday and it's beautiful out. I've been gathering up some parts. I feel like I'm crazy at sometimes, but stuff's just not as easy to find as it used to be. And this is a good example here. This 1987 Chevy half-ton. We got this from a guy as a project. And still haven't heard it run. There's a walking stick. That's pretty neat. Still haven't heard it run. When he brought it here and I was looking at it as a job that I was doing for him, I had very low expectations of it running. The oil pan's bashed up. There's no dipstick. It's just kind of rough looking motor. So I want to keep this truck small block Chevy and simple. And so I started buying a few things. I bought another set of half-ton axles because we were going to leave it half-ton. I'm not knocking half-tons, but I'll get to why we're going to go a different route here in a minute. So I started buying some stuff. I bought some parts off a friend of mine named Keith, and I ended up getting this motor here, a 4-speed, a 208, hydraulic clutch pedals. That stuff's harder to find. The transmission transfer case was all bolted to it, complete, flywheel, clutch. Clutch was junk when I took it apart. Replacement clutches are very economical. So I took that 4-speed 208, I put it up. He also brought me front and rear drive shafts, a front 10-bolt half-ton, complete, all the way to the lug nuts, and a rear 10-bolt, complete, all the way to the lug nuts, springs, U-bolts, steering, it's all there, drive shafts, and I got this motor. Now this motor has a chrome oil pan on it. I took one valve cover off and it don't have roller rockers, but it's got some nice set screw rocker arm keepers on there. Keeper, lock nuts, whatever. So somebody's been in there and somebody's done some work. And Keith said it had a slight knock to it. So the one next to it came out of the blue truck I had bought. Some of you may have seen that was broken in half. I bought that truck for parts. I ended up getting a 400 208 out of that truck. I put it up. That'll probably go in this. And then I ended up getting a 10-bolt out of it for the van. That's to be determined. And I got what I spent my money on. And if this motor fires up and runs, that'll be a bonus. It's real crusty. It's real rusty. It's got some parts on it. I broke the distributor getting it out. So we're not going to be able to just fire that one up. So we're going to take this one with the distributor in it and Edelbrock carburetor. I'm going to get rid of some stuff. The fan's bent. I'm going to take I save all these belts and I hang them on the wall. That one's got V-belt and serpentine belt. Those pulleys are cool. Clean them up. Take these alternators, put them in a tote, square body alternators. That's got smog pumps. This motor actually had dual smog pumps on it. So it's a turd of a motor. But if it fires up and runs and knocks and don't smoke, then we will clean it up a little bit and put it inside. If this one knocks, then we'll pull it apart. We'll take the carburetor off. If it fires right up and the carburetor seems okay, we'll take the carburetor off. We'll use it on something else. I'll take all these pulleys, brackets, they're all the same. Power steering pumps are the same. I'm going to take all that off, set it, put it all in a tote, put it in my container. We're going to start with this one, see what it does. And then if it's a good motor, we'll probably maybe keep it together. But Keith knows his stuff, and he said it was knocking. So if this one's knocking, we're going to determine that, and then we'll strip it down so it's easier to move. There's radiator hoses on it. There's a starter on it. There's a flywheel on it. There's all kinds of stuff on it. So we're going to just start pulling it apart. And the reason I want to get this stuff cleaned up is we bought a set of axles. So I bought a set of matching axles off a buddy of mine for $200. I assume they're matching. I haven't pulled the covers. But we got a 14-bolt full floater. That's worth $350 all day long. And a 10-bolt front end with calipers. If they're junk, they're at least $15 cores. I usually put new brake pads and calipers on everything I build. It's got everything. They even screwed bolts back in the U-joint for the U-joints back into the yokes. So I paid $200 for those. And what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to put them in this truck cheap. The front will just go right in and right out. The U-bolts are the same. The drive shaft's the same. Everything's the same. The steering's the same from a 1/2 ton to a 3/4 ton. These aren't 1 tons. These are 3/4 tons. So don't jump me. 1 tons are a little different. And so we'll be able to put that, but I like to use new U-bolts. So that's what's coming. We're going to put these axles in that truck, and we're going to make Wyatt help us, get him to help us. This is his truck. He's not been here a lot, so when it's time to work on stuff, so when he is here, we try to keep him interested in his project. But I just got to accumulate too much stuff. I got a Cummins sitting over there. I got to clean this stuff up, figure out where to put it. It hasn't rained here in 2 months, and if it did, it wasn't enough to even knock down the dust. So I've been lucky. I've been trying to keep everything covered up, but my luck's going to run out. So let's see what we got. We're going to get these guys. I'm going to WD-40 up the lug nuts on them, and I'm going to just get some roller wheels on them so we can move them around with the forks easier, not damage them. And we're going to power wash those. And before they go in, we'll probably paint them because you'd be a fool not to. So we'll get him to help us with that and everything. But today we're going to do a 1, 2, 3. Will it start? A 3 for 1. So by the end of this video, we might have 3 junk small block Chevys, and we might be putting the Cummins in it. You never know. Let's get started. I'm going to pull some accessories off. Watch this one on fast forward. We'll be right back. All right. Well, we got the first one ready to go. I didn't know I was picking the hottest day of the month, record breaker, to work on this. Get this off before it flings somebody in the face. So we just got her down to the bare essentials, just enough to fire. It's going to probably puke oil out the oil sending unit. We don't care. We want to hear if it knocks. We want to see if it'll fire up. I got a battery cable on the starter. I'm just going to reach in there with a screwdriver. I got to go get a crappy screwdriver. That's a Mac. I don't want to ruin that. And I got to lower it down and put a ground wire on it with a short bolt. So we're getting ready to fire it up. So stay tuned. All right, small block Chevy, hanging from a chain. Will it start? What's the worst that could go wrong, you know? I got some clamps up there to hold it from moving. I don't know. We got battery hooked up. I just got to hook the wire up for the coil, reach in there with a screwdriver and start firing it up. Watch. Nothing to it. We weren't wanting to run this up here so it don't get caught in the flywheel as soon as we fire up. Hook it to the battery side there. See what happens. Nothing. Battery must be dead. Huh. That didn't sound good. It's fuel pumping. We got oil leaking, so we got oil pressure. Let's get put some gas in it with. Oil pressure line here, we're just gonna kink it off. Comes the boss. I can hear the oil Escalade rattling. She's going around. That motor don't knock. You ever seen a motor run from a chain?
Yeah.
When?
From you.
I did it?
Yeah.
When?
We have a video about it.
It's normal to me, I forget. I don't hear no knocking. Don't hear no Rolling Stones. Keith said it had a knock to it. The guy I bought it from. She ain't got no gas in it. She don't seem to be running that bad to me. Got a bunch of dirt going right in it. She ain't pumping no fuel. We're in the fuel. Running now. No pumpy. Man, this sounds good to me. What do you think? I don't hear no knocking. I'm gonna have to call that a good motor. What would you call it? Huh? I mean, did that sound like a bad motor to you? Huh. Well, now what? Well, will it run? Number one. To be revisited. He said it didn't run, so I didn't expect it to run. Okay, now I guess now we just need to put it somewhere out of the way. Wherever that is. All right, short of hooking up an oil pressure gauge, I seen it squirting oil out. It fired right up like it ran yesterday. He said he heard a knock. I didn't hear a knock. It could have been something rattling or something. You never know. He bought a truck and was going to take it all apart to restore it. So he just stripped it. He didn't have no desire to keep it anyway. So he fast tracked it out of there, and I ended up with it kind of as a core, but it's got aluminum heads and stuff. We'll probably get that up on I don't know. What? I don't know. Now I don't know what to do with it. I guess that's good that it runs, but I got to figure out what's next. So 2 more to go. All right, you win some, you lose some. Sometimes you buy junk, you take a chance. Look at my concrete. I had tarp laid down, folded up over them. Apparently this was in the truck that was broken in half, so this makes perfect sense. The oil pan's rusted. It sat on itself, and the oil pan collapsed. So it's leaking right now. I knew the motor was junk, and the Spark plugs look like they're attached to the engine of the Titanic. They're crustaceans. I just thought it'd be neat to hear it run, but it's not worth turning another wrench because I got to put a distributor in it, put plug wires in it, put a starter on it. This one is going in the scrap pile unless somebody wants it. I mean, it's a good block and everything, I would imagine. I haven't tried to turn it over or nothing, but heads are junk and everything, so we're not even going to mess with it. So this turned into a 3-wheel it starts to a 2-wheel it starts and one piece of shit. It happens, but got something going on in here. I don't know what she's trying to do.
I thought you were doing something.
Huh?
I thought you were talking about something. Here I am.
Here she is. Like she got her Sunday go to meeting clothes on in here painting. All right, we got a lot goes on here. We got artists, dressed up artists.
Oh my god.
Doing paint work. And all that.
All that.
Yeah.
What are you out there doing besides playing with them?
Well, I got one to run and one's not worth starting, so I'm cleaning up as I am figuring out.
No way.
And I'm getting ready to go on break because it's extremely hot today.
It's pretty warm.
Now we can get down to the nitty gritty. God dang it, my arms look cute. Look at that. Look, there's your thumbnail. Look like goddamn Hulk Hogan in here.
Don't get me going.
Don't say the Lord's name in vain. Look like Hulk Hogan, Macho Savage in here. But next up is we're going to see if Wyatt's truck will start. And I told you my theory. I was hoping out of 3 small block Chevys, I had one that run. So now we got one that runs that we were told that knocked. But it runs, but I didn't hear it knocking. So that'll always be in the back of your mind when you put it in something. Probably should make it run a little longer and better outside of a car before I go all crazy. But we don't know anything about the one in Wyatt's truck. The oil pan's smashed up against, well, there's probably room in there, but the oil pan's took a hard hit. And there's probably a reason why it wasn't running. So we're going to pull the motor out of that truck anyway because I want to start with a clean slate, pull the motor out, get the 4-speed. It'd be cool. Kids are a little different these days. Times are a little faster these days. It's harder to drive an old 4-speed around, especially for a 16-year-old kid. I'm not making excuses. That's just the facts of life. So probably put an automatic in that truck for him and just a small block Chevy. We want to take the motor and trans out. I mean, this sounds crazy. This is how I do stuff. This is going to be our next big thing. We're going to pull the axles out. We're going to swap these axles in. We're going to take the motor and transmission out, get it in here where we can actually work on it. That's just our staging area out there for swapping cabs and checking out new builds and power washing underneath and all that good stuff. So we're going to do our serious work in here. We've been stacking up some parts. Hopefully you have some stuff, what we need when we need it. Going to probably start trying to drive Dick Banjo maybe this weekend. Got to get brake lights on it and call and get some insurance. And I think we're ready to start trying it out. So that's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
All right, I got to show you what's going on because when I get this done, I don't want to hear no crybabies talking budget and stuff to me because this is how I build things, not necessarily rat rods, but this is how I build things with the skin of my teeth, with making deals and finding the best things that I could get for as close to $0. That's what I like. So, met a guy. He came out to our car show, and we struck up a deal. He said, man, I got 4 boggers on a Samurai sitting in my yard. This was months ago. He said, you could have them if you got some 15-inch tires. And I thought to myself, man, that stuff's harder to find, you know. I can't find anything like that. I was rummaging, cleaning up my place, moving stuff around. And I found 4 31-inch, 15-inch rim tires, all of them in good shape. So he brought over some Samurai wheels right here. I'm going to grab one. Beautiful day out. So here's what he brought. Right here. So we're taking the tires off. I'll probably have to end up with the spare tires because you know how these deals are. he's helping me out. So if I got to take the old tires, I will. Here's where we're at. We're in the old secret laboratory here. Soapy water, $500 tire changer. They're out there. If you ever find one, buy it. Tires are stiff. There we go. If you've never run one of these, you want to keep your tire down in that drop center. Keep your fingers out of the hole. Alright. So, I don't want to hear no whining. I haven't even seen the boggers. I'm doing all this off of his word. He's bringing me 4 boggers. I'll message him here in a few minutes, tell him they're done. And he'll swap them out and bring them back. So hopefully here in a few days, I'll show you an update on this. Alright, well, it took quite a bit of work. Just changing up 4 tires and wheels. So here they are. So I'll message him, tell him they're ready to pick up. He'll take these, go put them on a Samurai, bring me the boggers back, then they're mine. He said I could have them. So hopefully we'll have boggers on the front of Dick Banjo and maybe the trailer you've never seen yet. So we're moving. She's in here painting. It's hot out today. We'll see you in a minute. All right, I almost forgot to do some filming. So I'm over here tinkering around with, we call it Wyatt's truck, but it's an 87 half-ton 4-wheel drive square body. She's in there doing some painting. Small block Chevy, fin valve covers, 4-barrel, dirtiest manifold you've ever seen in your life, Eldebrock. Weird things about this motor: no exhaust, oil pan smashed, no dipstick at first glance on either side. So why is there no exhaust? And why did they take the clutch pedals out when it was in California or Idaho? I have no idea. But what I do know is I can correct any of that. But we got negative hooked up. We got a positive hooked up. I'm about to the point where I want to short that starter out. Start seeing what we got. Here's something weird. The distributor's turned way the hell that way. And one is usually way over there, second from the coil plug. They got one way over here and 8 right there. So it's way out of time if it even ran at all. I know you could put those anywhere you want, but somebody took a motor apart and didn't have it in top dead center and then was chasing timing, I'd have to say. That makes it real difficult when you don't know what you're doing. So see how dirty it is, but the truck's fairly rust free in all the important parts. So we're going to get all this out. We want to hear it run so we know what we got. We got that other motor, but honestly, if this one fires up and purrs like a kitten, we're going to take it out. We'll clean it up. We have 3. We may not use any of them, so that's just how it goes. But we're moving along. I hate to use the dreaded LS carb. That might be a good way to go too. Put a 5.3 in it with a carburetor. Just real simple. But anyways, we'll figure all that out. But we're going to see if it'll run, get it out. Once it does run, start getting this truck cleaned up to build back better, for real. We know how to build back better. 3/4 tons, fresh motor, fresh gas tanks already in it. We'll have a rebuilt transmission in it, ready to go. I may give him I may leave the 4-speed in this truck. Honestly, the more I think about it, just let him drive the Army truck. What do you think? Just let him drive the Army truck and I'll fix this one up for myself. 6-inch lift.
Yellow wire and all.
Huh?
Yellow wire and all.
Nah, I'll fix him up better than that. We'll get him something better to drive. Square body's just kind of like a side vehicle. All right, he's off school. I'm gonna go cool down in the shade. It's hot today for September. I love it. She's doing some painting on this thing, and need to get out and do some more testing here in a little bit. That's all we can do. See you next time.
Welcome back, guys. You've been hanging out with Tim outside all day, and I've been in here painting away. I know I heard him mention that I was doing it 10 times, but that's what I've been doing. So we had these awesome saw blades. We had one, and then one of you guys gave us one. I feel like your name was Steve, so I hope I'm right on that, but it's on the other side. And I have been working on lettering these. So we're putting piece and grease on the saw blades, and look at this. I had a little YouTube symbol there. It ain't perfect, but hey, it don't look bad at all. I don't think so. The other side does not look as good as this because I used a stencil on this side, but it's all right. It ain't that bad. And I'm going to add the YouTube symbol on that side too. But it's different on both sides, and I wanted it that way because we want everybody to have something different to look at every angle on this build. So I'm going to keep working. I got to put a little bit more adhesive on my goat furs that are in the headliner in there. They've come down just a little bit, so there must have just been a couple spots I needed some extra, so I'm going to be doing that. Tim's still got to put the seat backs that I made in there, and I have something cool to show for you at the end. Something that I finished for Dick Banjo I'm excited about. So, and something that someone sent me that I brought down to show you guys. So there's a lot going on. We are getting so excited. I think we have 13 days left at this point until we leave. So we can't wait to take you guys along with us. So we're so excited. Thanks for watching. All right, so after Tim's little incident with no brakes and we broke the back, one of these boards was busted, so we had to replace these boards, which our friend Danny that originally milled the wood for us, he had some and gave it to us. So we replaced 3 of the boards, and the ones we had on there were weathered and matched everything, and these look brand new. So now I'm gonna age these. Just a little more painting. You guys know I love to do. Whoa. I need to age these and make them look a little bit older than what they look like freshly milled. So this is the other side of my sign. You guys didn't see, I showed you the other side, but one side's like freehand block lettering, which I think it looks good on that little saw. And then I did the stencils on the other one because it's a little bit nicer and a little bit wider, so a little variety, and I think it looks good. So we're going to age all this wood. That's what we're going to be doing. I like to just use a little bit of wood stain, and then I'll go back over it with black tractor paint, like very lightly with the tractor paint. This will be our little area that we have set up under the canopy that we're going to sell like our merch and stuff. So if we have merch, we currently don't. But listen, I've got a lot of things on my radar for when we get done with this build off, and merch is definitely one of them. I'm not that great at selling it, so I need to get better. Need to do better at selling the merch because we usually have good merch. We just haven't really had any since our show, and I didn't like our website carrier, so we got a new, well, we got to get a new one. I tried doing Shopify and that didn't work out. There was all kinds of issues with the Shopify. There's all kinds of issues there. So I don't know. I got a lot to work on when we get back from this build off as far as merch is concerned, but hopefully we have some good stuff going for you guys before the holidays. And don't forget about that free giveaway we got coming in October. So all you got to do is be a subscriber, and you could win a $300 gift card to Harbor Freight to get whatever you want. We say a winch, but if you don't need a winch or don't want a winch, you're going to get a $300 gift card to Harbor Freight. Get whatever you want. We're not sponsored. Harbor Freight is not a sponsor. It'd be nice if they were, but we just shop there a lot, so that's what you guys are going to get. It's fun stuff. I know you guys just love watching me paint. So fun. Obviously you can see I'm not going full coverage on this because we're going to go over it with the black too, so. right, that's the lower part. I did this part a couple days ago. I got to take this sign off of here so I can do this side and the other side. So let me find the drill bit I need for that real quick. All right, real quick, we're done with that part. So let's try to knock out the rest of this painting before Sammy gets off the bus. At least this color. We'll still have to do the black, but at least this one will be done. Sammy's bus just went by. They gotta go down and turn around. It usually takes him about 15 minutes by the time he makes all the stops. So we should get this stain done at least before he gets off the bus, and then we'll have to do the black in a little bit. But I want to get this done. It needs done. Alright, that's the first step. We got to add the black in a few minutes, but I got to go get Sammy off the bus. So when I come back, he's going to be with me, so get ready for that.
Alright, we're back and got me a piece of wire I'm going to hook up to my starting wire, the purple wire. We got the battery hooked up. We got fuel line run. I'll get a little fuel in a can, pour in the carburetor. We're going to see what will happen. Alright, we don't have the ignition hooked up. It's right here. I'll plug it into the distributor when we're ready. That's hooked right to the battery. So right now I'm going to take this purple wire, make me a wire that'll reach the battery. We'll fix that later. There's no column in this truck to use the key, so I have a column. What I'm probably going to do is the guy I bought it off of brought me a stick shift column and a set of hydraulic clutch pedals. So I was thinking about using those in my blue truck for the Cummins swap, because I'm going to need a hydraulic clutch. Let's see what we got here. See if it'll turn over. Dang it, she won't strip out. Must have got hot at some point in time. I saved scrap wire from stuff, for stuff like this. It's molded. The insulation's molded to the copper. Oh. Locked up so far. Well, I think this motor's junk. Probably why there's no dipstick. Oh, it turned over. Not locked up. Maybe the starter's junk. Bad connection, trying to rig it up here. Not locked up. All right. Now that turned over too good. Sounded fine. So I'm gonna get me a little gasoline, hook up, and let's see what we got. All right, here we go. We're gonna start the Wyatt truck. I'm thinking I like his truck. I might give him the Army truck, slow him down, keep him only going about 55, and that thing's indestructible. But anyways, regardless, we just want to see if this runs. We're taking it out so we can clean everything, give everything a nice coat of paint. We're going to preserve. We're not going to restore. We're going to preserve. So the motor's cranking over. I got a fuel line and a gallon of gas and a can of gas. I have some gas in a can here. I have the coil hooked up. We're ready to go. Let's hit it and see what happens. That was pretty non-dramatic. Fired right up. It cranks awful fast, in my opinion. Well, what do you think? Fired right up. Ain't smoking. I don't hear any knocking. It cranks real fast. Well, it runs, but it screeches. So, you know, I don't really know. That's 2 out of 3 I've got running today. So that ain't bad. I mean, they run, but that one didn't sound great. So maybe what I do is maybe I find it out. Man, I don't, you try to stay away from LS, but it's hard to argue with aluminum heads. And I like a nice simple 4-barrel. So if you spend about $1,000 on intake and MSD box, carburet it, leave the tank in it. I mean, it's hard to beat the technology of a carburetor. Put a big 750 on there, get a hold of old Bill Hoskinson, have him tune one, or tell me what to get, or hell, just watch and figure it out myself. But regardless, this motor's coming out. So I'm trying to step my game up. I know carburetors suck and stuff, but I don't know. Maybe we get the other motor out, the one I started with the chrome oil pan, and put it on that stand and get it up and get a radiator on it and get it running. Get an oil pressure gauge on it and see what happens. Maybe spend some time on that. This truck's supposed to be just keep it moving and stuff. That motor's, I got it unhooked now, but that cranks over real fast for a small block Chevy. they don't usually crank over that fast, I don't think. So that tells me low compression or no compression. It ran. It started smoking there out of the manifolds. That's, that's about it. The 4-speed, it's got a 4-speed 208. It looks like it's dumped about 47 gallons of gear oil on itself in its whole life. So as soon as I seen underneath the truck and how clean the truck was, we had to have it. But I knew the drivetrain needed work. So that's what we're doing. I heard we got a surprise box from Mike Hill. Mike Hill plays games with me. I've been talking to him today. I'm late. I'm bad about merchandise, getting it and ordered and paid for it and all that. Mike Hill takes care of us. So apparently we got a box from him, and she's not here. But here in a little while, we're going to open that up and see what we got. I have a feeling of what's in that. But so pretty much what we're going to do with this is I'm going to take enough parts on our trip, Dick Banjo. So I'll probably just pull the plug wires, pull the distributor cap, maybe even pull the distributor. Anything I could see on here that I might need, battery cables, hose clamps, alternator. I'm running this same style alternator, so I may even take one of those. I want to have a lot of stuff with me. We're going to pack heavy and take everything and hope we don't need that much, because if you don't take it, then you're going to need it. I may even take this radiator, even though it's tiny. Even Derby guys take everything they can take, so that's what we're going to try to do. But we had 2 successful wheel starts. That third one would run. We could, if we wanted to put an oil pan and everything. If this was the end of the world and there was no more engines left, we'd get that other one with the busted pan running. But sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. And to get a 160 horsepower motor running that sucks, it ain't worth the gaskets. I'm telling you that. So in my area, you can find a 5.3 for $500. They're worth the gaskets, so we'll see what happens. But we got the axles. We're gonna. The reason I say I may want to do this my way is that way. I was gonna try to keep it no lift and stuff, but we're gonna have to do something cool. We can't really just build a stock standard truck. Put some 8 lugs under it, some 17, minimum 17-inch wheels. We're trying to get to where we can buy new modern rubber. My other truck, I have 35-inch BFG, all terrains, and it just glides down the road. So all in all, I think this was a pretty successful day. We got good starters, inventory. So even if I don't use these motors, my plan is to put shelving in my container, small block Chevy starters, small block Chevy parts. I just have stuff. May never need it, but you might. Radiator hoses, clamps, all that stuff comes in handy. All these belts, extra belts when you scrap a car, take a car apart, they're nice because extra belt will at least give you an idea what you need. You can at least put them on there and get it running. If they do fit, you can take your belt with you to the parts store instead of just wrapping your belt around your waist around it and guessing. So just another day here. I wanted to get this cleaned up because I was tired of looking at the mess, and it's going to rain, just like I said, eventually. So now the rest of the day, we got a Rat Rod Magazine live tonight with updates. I'm trying to keep in on all that. So yeah, we're just moving along. I'm gonna fix my brake pedal. I gotta do brake pedal adjustment. Put a brake light switch in, which is on the brake pedal. I gotta make a bracket, wire that up. The wires are there hot. We gotta bleed the rear brakes. And that's it. Start driving it. I got the big radiator in it, and it seems to be working. So fingers crossed, we're just gonna keep on chugling. Keep on chugling. Quick update.
Quick one.
Dick Banjo just idled for 30 minutes. I know this is a will start times 3. One we just threw in the woods, and 2 we fired right up. But we weren't that thrilled. And I've been in talks today with Mike Hill saying
Today's Thursday, September 5th.
you're gonna see this tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I've been slow to get with him, and she's been slow to get with him. It's not because we're slow, it's just because we've been spending money on clutches and tags. I had to go buy tags yesterday. I spent $500 to tag 5 things. I got 5 more. I had to buy a $900 clutch.
Yeah, for our C50 because
This is
that's
our life.
hauler
We're
to get
all
there,
in.
so.
Dick Banjo's ready to drive. I'm gonna work on the brake lights tonight. We got it live from Rat Rod Magazine. We
At
don't want to miss
7,
that.
Yep, we got to see that.
So we're gonna open this.
This was on our back porch today. He missed that part, and so we were back and
I'm
forth.
getting to it.
Oh,
Dick Banjo ran for 30 minutes in the barn, and now we have Mike Hill who's trying to play tricks on me. He'd already sent the shit.
this morning he told him. He said, "Sorry, I'm dragging my tail. We're getting really close, and if you can't make it happen, I understand." And Mike said, "Well, good thing you have a guy like me on your side.
He's proactive.
He's goddamn genius."
Yeah. So we don't know what's in here. We have not talked about design, but he knows we like bold. We don't know what colors in here. We don't know what sizes in
We
here.
don't know what's in this box at all.
This may be a tent. We don't know what it is. Let's see. I just assume it's probably some Dick Banjo stuff.
So before you guys get all rowdy on me, the website is not up with any merch on it whatsoever. We're changing website
these will be
carriers.
live there.
These are going to be at the show.
Oh,
So
man.
if you come to the show, amazing. Oh, God, I'm so excited. I got to peek a little
Is
bit.
that what Dick looks like?
God dang. Are
Is
you
that me?
serious? Oh, my gosh. What's he say?
I ain't no tubby.
You are our
I
tub of
ain't no
towels.
tub of towels, but I
Oh
think you're
my
cool.
gosh, Mike. Look at these, you guys. I'm dying.
This is like Big Johnson.
This is amazing. Oh my gosh. No way. I love them.
That's the man.
These are awesome. Hold up
Look.
close. Oh my
Doubled
gosh.
up.
Oh my gosh. I might cry.
You cry a lot during this build.
Dude, I have cried a lot over this. I never cry, but I might cry. These are awesome.
I'm
Holy
sweaty as can be.
shit,
That's a
dude.
2X.
These are amazing.
Oh, dang. It better be a bill in here.
Yeah, I hope there's a bill in here.
It's
We
packed
owe
tight,
you.
dude.
Yeah, we owe you big time, Mike. Thank you so much. So we're going to have t-shirts at Ratstock, Big Banjo t-shirts. Thanks to Mike Hill and Hill Job Graphics. If you need any work done, get a hold of Mike Hill, Hill Job Graphics. Man.
These are going to go fast. I'm telling you, these are going to go fast.
Yeah.
Like, so before we even get off the trailer and set up, these are going to go.
Oh my
It's unbelievable
gosh.
that,
I cannot.
We appreciate you. Man, we better send him a check.
Man, we gotta do something big time here. This is huge. This is the best. This is honestly the best looking
Look at the
stuff.
guy. Look at his teeth.
I'm speechless. I'm so speechless. It's so good. It is so good.
Look at the wheel. How good the wheel looks.
Oh my gosh, all of it, dude.
He's even got detail on the boggers.
Holy cow.
Most guys can't give you a good shirt, man.
No.
Even local guys around here. We got a top-notch guy up here. If it's anything other than a school banner, he can't do you no good. But
Man.
it even has the detail.
Yeah, everything.
Mail pouch. That's awesome, man. These are worth $100.
Yeah, priceless. Oh my god.
So
Holy cow.
this is
can't.
this is a classic example of the type of people you meet. We try to be real. We try to act exactly how we live. This is how we live right here. This is not a shop we go to. This isn't a set. This is our life. So to meet people who I've never met Mike,
In person, we've never
but
met.
we talk at least once a week and stuff. And then I know he takes care of the wheats and stuff. And it's an honor to be able to deal with people like this.
It's amazing.
And you wouldn't have had shirts
no.
if it wasn't for him.
Mike, yeah.
We've been busy, man. I've been busy, and it's hard to sit down.
Thank you to Mike because
Yeah.
he's the reason that these are even here.
And we'll put a picture of him on there
yeah.
every time. He
Every time.
takes care of us. We got banners hanging, anything we wear, hat wise and stuff. It's all from him.
Yes.
We tried a few other people out, but this is what we like.
Yes.
We're getting ready. We're getting to where we have enough. We got some stout vehicles, and we
Yeah.
got a good lineup. And I'll tell you what that's from. That's from me working every night till 11,
Yeah.
12 o'clock at night. I'm not saying I
Eating
work
dinner
from.
at 10. That's,
We eat
and then
dinner
going
at
back out to the barn. Like, that's real.
we eat dinner at 10 o'clock. I don't watch the news. I don't watch reality TV. I watch my friends on YouTube.
And cops.
I like a lot. I like.
You didn't want me to tell you we
I like
watch
cops for them and against them.
Wow.
So yeah, this is crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Thank you so much. I'm obsessed. These are the best shirts that we've had to date. These are the best.
Something else that's going on social media. It's an odd place that you can't figure it out. There's no
We
algorithm.
try really hard to figure it out, but
Had a video of my gas pedal. It was an actual video. It wasn't a reel. So you only get paid good on reels on Facebook. Facebook will pay you. I'm going to tell you this. If someone tells you Facebook don't pay you, they just ain't done it right. And I didn't know this till today. Anytime I post a video on Facebook, I also post it as a reel. And I like to use good music because we can't hear. So it's kind of a place where I can jam. Well, they don't pay for that over there. But the video of the gas pedal got like 2.3 million views.
Dick Banjo's a millionaire.
After it had been on there for a week or two, and then the reel of the same exact video yesterday, I noticed it was like at 900. I don't get very many views on my reels. We're not widely known yet, and you got to keep beating those bushes, I guess. So I woke up and I said, this reel's getting a lot of views, which was 6,000 or it was low, I forget. It's almost to 2 million. So 4 or 5 million views on the gas pedal.
Isn't that crazy?
Of this car.
We need those kind of views on YouTube.
So
come on.
So my Facebook has went from like, and I'm not. This is just this is a thanks.
Yeah.
This isn't a brag or nothing. I'm shocked. This is a thanks. There's people with scribbly lines following me. Things are changing for us, like what we share and what we do. And there's people all over the world that just like normal people who do normal stuff. And that includes you, you doing it, not just watching somebody else do it.
Yeah.
So
I got a couple more things that are very exciting. We met Joel Doyle in Kentucky, which I think we might have met him at Rod Run the first time. I don't know for sure, but Joel's been our online friend for a while. He's a subscriber. He watches all of our videos, always comments. We love him. We finally met him in person. I knew that he was from Kentucky, so I asked him if he knew where I could get something that I wanted for Dick Banjo. I wanted a special prop since our Dick Banjo says chew male pouch tobacco. He's distracting me with his face. I can't
modeling.
I know. You look like that Blue Steel with what's his name in it. You probably never seen
Blue Seal?
No, not Blue Steel. Blue Steel with Ben Stiller. Zoolander maybe.
My driver's license picture looked like Charlie Sheen in that biker movie.
His new license picture is a mugshot.
Yeah,
pretty much.
long hair. Go ahead.
I don't know what I was saying now. You distracted me.
She's gonna show you her tobacco leaves.
Oh my God, yeah. So Joel got a hold of one of his friends. They're from Kentucky and sent me 2 fresh. What do you call this even? I don't know.
That's long leaf tobacco.
It's long leaf tobacco, but I don't know what you call it when you hang it. But he even sent me the little piece of barnwood to use to display it that it actually like got hung on. So these are real. These are fresh. They just got harvested. I put some clear coat on there so
this
that
is
we
what's
can
going to burn Dick Banjo down. You should smell.
So stupid.
They're getting me so high.
Oh my
She's
God.
been spraying them with multiple cans of aerosol.
All right. So besides, I'm only done one side, but besides what he sent us there, him and his wife Karen also. Oh my God. Jeez, I can't. Sent us some sweet shirts. So check those out. Backroads Fabrications. Joel, thank you so much for the shirts. Karen, thank you. Thank you both for the tobacco and whoever your friend was that donated it. We appreciate it so much.
If you want to send us, if you have a business, you want to send us shirts. If you have you don't have to be a YouTube channel. If you have a home shop, if you have a business, a garage, if you have shirts, and I'm not offering to buy them. I would buy one from you if I seen you in person, but I can't go around buying every shirt from everybody. But if you look on our info on our YouTube, there you find a place to mail a shirt. I wear a 2XL black.
I'm a small.
If it's not a black, I'm probably not going to wear it. I'll just be honest. Dark blue or black.
You wear gray sometimes.
Yeah. So
anyway,
and we are not asking. I'm just saying,
No.
if you want to
If
see
you
your
want to, you
shirt be
can.
wore,
yeah.
it's going to get,
Some of you
just throwing that out there.
Some of you were so kind when I said on one of our videos that I wanted to make a quilt for Dick Banjo, but I wanted to use like reused items, so flannels and denim, and I got boxes and bags of flannels and denim sent to me. Todd Michelle Johnson gave us a sewing machine. That was a huge gift. Amazing. So thankful for that. I got it done. So Dick Banjo officially has a quilt, and this is what it looks like. You have to grab one side. Oh man. Ta-da. Can you see it? Take it back.
I seen my grandma work on a quilt for 15 years. She fixed this in one night.
No, I've been working on it for like the whole time, but I just finished it. And the back, okay, so see the back? I went to Joann Fabrics, and the freaking batting stuff for the inside of these quilts was $50, and I didn't need that giant roll. And obviously we're on a budget. I didn't want to spend that money. So Otis, our sweet little blue heeler, had chewed a hole in this vintage quilt that I had, right in the center. So what I did was I just cut right down the middle of this quilt and sewed those two pieces together, and then used it for my backing.
So here's why he chews on the quilts. He chews his fingernails to a perfect fashion. He has the best toenails of any dog you've ever seen in your life.
His toenails.
He'll be over there going.
It's the worst
and
noise
he'll like sound like crackers breaking.
Gross.
And then he'll go over to a blanket and he'll use the blanket to clean his teeth.
He's a freak. I'm telling you what, he's the hottest dog.
Sometimes he gets carried away.
Yeah, look, there's a remnant of what was left of what he did.
But she uses like 8 fabric softeners per load, so it just sent him into a frenzy like catnip.
And Ray loves my laundry.
Yeah, get drool running, and the dog eats the socks.
Good laundry doer.
Yeah, you don't have to use just one fabric softener. No. You can throw a whole bunch in there.
I don't know anybody that only uses one. That's insanity to me.
Yeah, I'll be wearing an old Carhartt, and it still smells fresh. You'll hear all kinds of shit tips around here on how the rednecks save money.
Yeah, so we just used the whole quilt on the back of our Dick Banjo cover that you guys donated all the stuff for. So
this is a big few weeks. We're going to document. We're going to hit the road next weekend.
I don't know. We'll see. If
we're going to hit the road next weekend. We're heading out to Rhode Island for a little show. So if you're from Rhode Island, we might see you. You won't be able to miss it. It's Rhode Island. No, I'm just kidding. But we got a big few weeks coming, our trip up north, and we've never been up north. So this is more states for the C50. I know it don't matter. It's been in 10.
Yeah.
In Illinois, will be 11. We probably won't take it. It probably won't make it to Iowa. Hopefully it don't go to Iowa.
Yeah, we don't want it to go to
Iowa. If it goes to Iowa, then we're screwed.
We don't want that.
But if Iowa's only like 10 or 15 minutes away, it might be worth touching. And
just to say we went there with it.
Just the tip. We'll just go in, just put the tip in, dip back out.
Oh my gosh.
It won't hurt if we just go in little.
Well, we hope that you guys enjoyed this video. We hope you have a great weekend. They
don't know what to think.
Yeah, I know. They think we're crazy.
We are.
It's true, but we're fun. Make sure you're subscribed before October 31st. That's coming up soon too. As long as you're a subscriber, you're entered automatically to win a $300 giveaway. So we're going to send you a gift card. You can choose to buy a winch, which is what we suggest.
Or a whole handful of tools.
Whatever you want with your $300 gift card. So
take us back out to eat. We'll go out to eat with you.
I've been wanting some Cracker Barrel.
I tell you what, go to Cracker Barrel for dinner.
Yeah, I never had it. It was so good.
And then get you some of that gravy and stuff.
I'm gonna tell you, I told Jay that the other day. I said I want Cracker Barrel. I haven't had it since we went to Kentucky.
I love them fried apples.
Me too. So good.
All right, we're done.
We'll see you guys on Wednesday.
See you Wednesday.